Hi, I'm super happy to present you my first video in the AI world. So first, if you miss this news on the screen, then I think you have to wake up. And the second point is Oracle Cloud World is now Oracle AI World soon. Okay? So today, the goal is to show you a simple demo with just calling LLM with code, Python code, OpenAI on a part, and OCI on another. Okay. And at the end, the goal is just to deploy a simple chat box to container instances on Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. Let's go. So let's go first to in the code of the first notebook. Okay. So this is the first notebook. As you can see, it's very nice, when you are trying to develop agentic AI. Today, it's not agentic AI. It's just simple code to LLM. Okay. And you will have agentic AI in the video too and the others. Okay. And so if you want to do test, it's nice to use a Python notebook, because you can test, you can see the result, the answer of the LLM, you can try to update the prompt and so on and so on and so on. So it's super, super nice. Okay. So the first step is to import all the libraries that are needed here. OpenAI, this one, PDF reader. Just goal is to read a PDF. And the use case of this demo is very, very fun for me because it just how to use a manual of player, a role player game for D&D 5. Okay. This role player guide has a big size of 50 pages. And so to avoid to read it, I have preferred to give it in a prompt to a LLM and to ask questions. It's so simple. Okay. Then I load all the key needed, the key for API key to go and search and to call LLM. Yes, in this file. I have some users here, a special dedication to South France and players from South France. Okay. Then I can extract just the PDF. The PDF is here, the manual of player, extract the PDF. Then take text. I did another analysis with some images, the images of the world of Valsente and the main town of Brenaven of this scenario. And the analysis of images were not so marvelous, but we try to do better. And for the moment, we can consider that we are just going to ask questions regarding the player manual guide. Okay. So now the analysis is done, and then the text is sent here in a variable. Here you have analyze for the images, but it's not for today. And now I'm going to create the prompt. Okay. So in this super simple code, I just give the content of the manual in text format to the prompt. And I say to the LLM, please, if you have a question about the scenario Pax Elfica, then you use my prompt. If not, you can go all over the world. Mainly if I ask a question regarding the rules of D&D 5, then the LLM can answer and not just take my prompt. Okay. So just create the prompt. It's okay. You can do a calculation of the pricing, but okay, not for today. It was quite interesting to understand that the pricing is in relation with the input token and the output token, and that the price is not the same for input and output. You can have a look to that on internet. Okay. Authentication system, it's okay. This is a class to connect to the chat interface. And then the chat interface with OpenAI here first. It's okay. Guide content, the main class. Okay. Class here that is used for this development. Authentication success. I see answer to the question. Okay. And the Gradio user interface. So super simple to do that. At the end, you can imagine I did first an image using UV with Python, but my problem is at start of the container UV in installing the virtual Python environment, it was long. So I decided to use just Python to realize this Docker image, super simple. And sure, I created all the Python file from the notebook. You know what? I just asked to LLM, please give me an application from the notebook. And this is an application from the notebook. After that, I created an image. I have deployed the image on Oracle Cloud Registry. And after that, I created here a container instance. You know, container instance is a very simple service. You just have to deploy an image, a Docker image, and nothing more. Okay. With agent, no, it was a miss from me. It was an error. Okay. It just simple chat with LLM request API. Okay. So it's deployed on container instance. We can access to it. As you see, the interface is super nice. It was sure generated by other LLM. Okay. And I asked a question regarding first Camille. Who is Camille? So Camille is a paladin in the player guide and the character ready to play in the PAX Effica scenario. It means the LLM just used my prompt to answer to this question. After that, I asked a question regarding what are the options regarding Camille at the level 3, you know. And so this is not in the player of this scenario. This is in the DND5 player guide only, not for the scenario. And so in this case, the LLM go to internet everywhere to give me an answer. As you see, super simple. Use just request on LLM, deploy it as an image on container instances, a super simple service to deploy Docker image, and it was done. After that, sure, I decided to do exactly the same with now OCI LLM, and you can go on OCI Cloud Infrastructure, okay, and you have generative AI. You can find here all the model that were supporting. Sorry. And I asked a question about the rules for the Paladin level 3. You know, I got the answer. I can do view code and Python, and then I can copy the code here and to test it on my notebook. That's why I did that. Sorry. And I did that. So import, very nice. Again, load the guide. Okay, don't want to click on that because it's down. And call the LLM, as you can see here, the code, okay, with here a request to the LLM, okay, and a function to ask a question to the LLM. Here, Cohere, okay, for a model, but I can choose the model that I want here. And I got the answer, you know, generative AI inference client initialized, endpoint here. And I got an answer about who is Camille, yes. And I got an answer after that on what are the options I can have for my Paladin level 3. Okay. So everything is the same. And I have deployed sure this new code to OCI, but it's exactly the same So no need to show you that. And just what I want to say is you can use, okay, generative AI with OCI. It's super nice, super easy. And in the next video, I will show you some demo with agentic AI too. Thank you for your attention.